what school we're at. I think we're at Plantation, doing a one-day, 3-hour combine to kind of get the FBU word out to South Florida. And I met this young athlete. I knew his brother because his brother played in our game as well. Seems like they had all kinds of kids playing in our game coming from that family. But Trayvon played in our game. And then I met his brother as a 7th grader. And he came out, and he was a little bit small. You know, he wasn't built like Trayvon. He wasn't built long and lanky. But the effort that he gave when he was out there as a 7th grader made me catch my eye real quickly. We started following him, and he followed what we call the FBU path. He came and competed as an 8th grader at Top Gun. He came and competed as a 9th grader, a 10th grader, and then at our last Top Gun that we did in Rock Hill, South Carolina, he was actually a 3-star athlete who was committed to Indiana. And I didn't really think he had a chance to play in the All-American Ball in NBC. But he went out there as a very low-rated 3-star, which is still a hell of an athlete, and took care of all the different wide receivers that were out there, and earned an invite to the All-American Ball in NBC. It's not all about 4 and 5 stars. This kid just worked his ass off. So I wanted to bring up Tiawan Mullen, who's actually currently with the Philadelphia Eagles, spent some time with the San Diego Chargers last year, went to Coconut Creek High School. Tiawan, man, tell me a little bit about your path and how you got to FBU and how we met and what your experience has been like and that last weekend in Rock Hill, South Carolina, when you had an opportunity to compete and Mr. Richards told you what you needed to do to earn that golden ticket.
My path to the FBU, wasn't easy. I was the last one to get picked, and I was just talking to the middle school guys who I'm coaching right now. I was letting them know that I was a 3-star, and it wasn't easy. My brother, he was just like 6'2", a very athletic athlete, and he was an All-American, and I knew it wasn't going to be easy. So what I had to do was I had to compete at the Top Gun and shut the All-Americans who was already invited. I had to shut them down. I had to compete. Well, I didn't go like no catches, anything. Like me just being the last one to get picked there, it just showed how much faith that I had, how much hard that I had to put in, and that I knew I had earned it from the jump. So it was wonderful, and I enjoyed my time at FBU. So I was just I always tell them every chance I get, I always come back and show love and whatever knowledge I can give them.
So last week I got a call from him because he stays in touch with my 2 sons, and he called me and said, "Coach, I want to coach in the camp you have in West Palm." I said, "Absolutely." To have a current NFL player come out and give back to the kids, and tell me why did you decide? You could be doing something else right now with your family or probably with your girlfriend or whatever, right? Tell me why did you decide to come back out here and give back to the kids on Easter weekend?
I just know how much it would have meant to me if I had someone who's current in the NFL, giving me knowledge and seeing them where I want to be at. So, and I love getting back to the youth. That's something I want to do after my career is over. So, me coming back to the FBU, Mr. Steve, Carter, Brady, like my family. So, I always want to be around them and whoever I can help. If I can help one person each and every day, I feel like I'm doing a good job.
Last thing I'm going to ask you, because you're not a huge social media guy like your brother is, right, who's always on there. But to talk to us a little bit about, last question, talk to us a little bit about academics, right? You went to Indiana University, did well there, you were all Big Ten freshman, right? You left after your junior year, right, to pursue your dreams in the NFL. But talk to the athletes a little bit about social media, do's and don'ts, and maybe a little bit about academics and what they need to do to maintain to get to that next level and how important that is.
Academics is very important. I was academic, all Big Ten, all my years there. I take academic very strong pride in it. I take pride in it. And another question you said about
social media.
Oh yeah, social media, the do's and the don'ts. Because at the end of the day, like for example, when I went to the Chargers, they pull up our do's and don'ts, and we put on Twitter from 2008, what you did in middle school. One dude say hit somebody with a chopper. That's what they did. They put it up and they showed him like this is you saying that hit somebody with a chopper, and they told him that could affect his career. But at the end of the day, they understood that he was a child, and things happen. But at the end of the day, you don't want to do that because it's always going to be traced back to you. No matter if you create 5 different accounts, that they still going to find whatever you do, especially you want to be good in school also because they go back to your elementary teacher. I remember vividly when I was just going through the draft process, they went to the janitor at my elementary school and asked the dude like how I was as a kid, and asked the janitor at my university how I was, how do I treat people, and I was in the blue collar. And the blue collar means that like, you're a phenomenal student, you're a phenomenal person to others. So you know I always want to be respectful and mindful of how you behave outside of football.
Let's give it up for Tiawan Mullen.